bloodbath at Disney, and Marvel Studios just took the worst of it. Yesterday, the company laid off approximately 1,000 employees company-wide.
His real-life Black Mirror episode, Disney just fired 1,000 of its own artists so they could replace them with machines that learn to draw by copying their art.
They just laid off 1,000 employees, including 8% of people at Marvel, and this includes their visual development team. And they were let go via email, and the email was just so cold.
This is a pretty scary story for anyone who thought that AI wouldn't have as much of an impact as it was going to have. In fact, the AI revolution is just starting. While people thought they would come for more mundane jobs, a lot of AI is coming for jobs in the arts industry, specifically animation, and even whole production teams now are going by the wayside and extinct, especially Disney. Disney laid off a huge amount of people. They laid off pretty much their entire Marvel division. So a lot of the scenes you're going to see in upcoming Marvel films are going to be mostly done with AI. That, my friends, is the terrifying dystopian future we are about to enter this year in 2026. With that being said, let's dive into it.
The bloodbath at Disney, and Marvel Studios just took the worst of it. Yesterday, the company laid off approximately 1,000 employees company-wide, and nearly the entire visual development team at Marvel was let go, including people who have been there over a decade, with only a skeleton crew kept on to coordinate outside contractors going forward. These are the artists who built the visual identity of the MCU, the concept designers, the world builders, and Disney just replaced them with the contractor model. The visual effects community saw this coming. For years, workers described an industry in crisis, one that was overworked, underpaid, and horribly micromanaged, with Marvel constantly demanding major changes, sometimes even just weeks before a release, and the on-screen quality reflected it. The Marvels became the lowest-grossing MCU film in history, and Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania massively disappointed. Box office analysts stopped calling Marvel releases sure bets and actually started calling them risk-loaded. And this is the first major restructuring move under new Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro, who took over from Bob Iger just last month. In his memo to staff, D'Amaro said that the cuts were building a more agile and technologically enabled workforce. That phrase is doing a lot of work because the roles that were just eliminated are exactly the ones AI image generation is being positioned to replace. Marvel built the most dominant franchise in cinema history on the backs of those artists. D'Amaro called it agility, but the artists who just lost their jobs after a decade building the MCU probably have a different word for it. As always, would love to hear your thoughts.
There's also people mentioning that AI, what it essentially does is it gathers information that was already made by human beings, whether that is information from the arts industry, whether it's art itself and music, and it kind of mashes it all together to create something new, yes, but it's technically still plagiarizing art from the past. And that's why a lot of artists feel really upset about this news.
His real-life Black Mirror episode, Disney just fired 1,000 of its own artists so they could replace them with machines that learn to draw by copying their art. Here's the full story. So Disney's new CEO just fired 1,000 employees, and most of them were the artists who draw what every Marvel movie you love looks like before anyone even makes it. And some of them were even at the company for over 15 years. So the memo that they sent, and I had to memorize this, it said a more technologically enabled workforce, which is the most corporate BS language for, yeah, we canned you for an AI so we can make more money. Sorry. And one of the most insane parts of this story, one of the guys they fired, Wesley Burt. He drew Loki, he drew Black Panther, Fantastic Four, a seriously gifted powerhouse of an artist. He was fired in a conference room with his own artwork painted on the walls behind him, which is so disrespectful, it's almost poetic. And I really liked what another artist also said, which was, you're replacing us with slop that was trained off of the work of the artists you just fired. So they're training the machines on the artists, and then they're firing the artists. And sure, it starts with artists, but it was never about the art. It's about anyone who makes something. Whether you're a teacher, a lawyer, a nurse, an engineer, anyone whose job involves their brain, there's now a machine that's learned how to do it, by copying you, and it costs them nothing. But try doing it to them. Train a machine on Disney movies, put it out in the world, they will bury you in lawsuits because that's illegal. And the thing that frustrates me even more is Disney Plus launched at $7 a month. It's now $19 a month. They've raised the price 6 times in 6 years. Disneyland tickets, $224 now. The outgoing CEO, $46 million last year, all while firing the people who actually make the magic. What are we even paying for? It's funny how that works, isn't it?
I didn't realize how expensive it is to go to Disneyland. I've never been to Disneyland. That's probably why I'm so shocked at the prices that I'm hearing. But when he's talking about how AI learns from the artists to create art, so essentially plagiarizing, I think that it's important for anyone who's an influencer of a certain stature to actually copyright yourself, because eventually people are gonna be able to make videos of you doing things in the future. And I don't think that's something people should be taking lightly. I think it's something in the cards already.
They just laid off 1,000 employees, including 8% of people at Marvel, and this includes their visual development team. And they were let go via email, and the email was just so cold. It's crazy. I worked at Disney for 5 years, worked on so many projects, developed Zombies, the reanimated series, worked on so many cool projects that never saw the light of day, got to even develop my own Disney princess. And what I think is just already so evident is that people that work at Disney love Disney. They love, the creators, they believe so strongly in what they're doing because they're making content that is going to be the formative content that young people are going to watch. And it's just so upsetting that we're just going down this road of just going to be fed AI slop from Disney. There's such a reason why the visual effects don't look good anymore for Marvel. It's because they don't give them enough time. They give them impossible deadlines because they're more worried about shareholder profits than they are about the actual art of creating something. And then people just have to keep working. People are little sobbing in the hallways, unemployed, and they're just keep working. It's just like the Amazon workers of someone dying on the floor and just keep working. No, we can't go, we can't grieve, we can't help these people. Just keep on doing your thing. It's crazy. My dream was to work at Disney growing up. And then I achieved my dream. And then to see people that just sit in a C-suite, light your dreams on fire because they want to be more profitable. They made 1.3 billion. I don't remember. Someone say this here. I know it's 11 billion, but then 1.3 billion on top of that. And then they still fire people. It's I just want to be yuck! Or I'm pissed! Because you can just laugh. It's just how much more do you need to make? I just finished episode 11 of Andor last night. Incredible show. I'm going to make a TikTok about it, but the people are unhappy.
It's so insulting, too, that it's all just about squeezing as much juice as they can, extracting as much value as they can out of the product. That's why they have been raising prices on Disney Plus every single year. I don't have Disney Plus, and hearing this, I'm glad I don't have Disney Plus because I don't want to support a company that does this. Anyways, guys, leave your thoughts about this video down below in the comment section. Do you think the AI revolution is already here? If so, leave it down below, and I'll see you in the next one.